So before we get into today's video, I wanted to let you know about a giveaway that we're running. So for every like we get in this video, I'm going to give away $1. So if we get 3,000 likes, $3,000. We're going to announce the giveaway winner on Twitter on Sunday. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter so you can see if you win. Cardano has seen some dramatic changes take place over the last couple of weeks, and Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, just came out with some huge announcements and changes for Cardano's ecosystem that is definitely going to affect you if you own or have ever owned any Cardano tokens. So in today's video, we're going to go over everything you need to know in a short and concise format, and if you appreciate that, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your thoughts on Cardano if you currently own any. Anyways, starting off with the overall crypto market, there's a couple of things we need to keep an eye out on. First thing is that the overall crypto market is sitting at a $1.23 trillion market cap, and Bitcoin is currently sitting around $28,000 to $29,000 per coin. We're still holding above this key support right here for Bitcoin on the weekly charts, but just barely. So over the coming days and really weeks, we need to see Bitcoin, as we have said in multiple videos, we need to see Bitcoin maintain this support of right around $28,000 per coin on the weekly close in order for us to be able to see a bounce and really prevent us from dropping down to that $20,000 per coin. This is crucial. This is going to have an important impact on the entire market. So regardless of any news that comes out with Cardano or any of your favorite altcoins, this matters. This is going to have big impacts on the entire market. But anyways, let's talk about what's been going on with Cardano, starting off with what has happened with wallet addresses. So Cardano has added 2,000 new wallets every single day over the last month, despite all of the drama with Terra Luna, despite the market dropping. And this shows us that the Cardano ecosystem has significant strength compared to all other altcoins and layer 1 cryptos. What we're seeing is that according to data from Finbolt, on April 19th, Cardano had 3,268,000 holders of Cardano, compared with 3,339,000 on May 19th. So this is an increase of 70,000 addresses in just that 1 month period. So this is showing us that even when Cardano has been falling, it has been able to see its community grow, which is unlike many other projects right now when people are flooding out of altcoins, selling their positions, and going over to Bitcoin and really some sort of stable coin. So this is something that is very exciting to see, and it's really reflected in Cardano's price because Cardano has been able to maintain a top 10 position in the overall crypto market, currently sitting at number 8, while many other top coins have fallen out of the rankings entirely. Next thing with Cardano is that we've seen that whale accounts, which we've mentioned in previous videos, are continuing to buy more and more. And we've seen that whale transactions of $100,000 or more, have hit a 4-month high, as many of these large players are buying the dip and accumulating while there's massive amounts of fear in the market. So we've touched on this already, so we're not going to dive too deep into that, but it's important to realize that right now, while everyone else is fearful, whale accounts are doubling down on their positions. Now I want to talk quickly about an announcement from Charles Hoskinson. This isn't with regards to changes and important dates. Those we'll get into later, but this is with regards to the overall ecosystem. What we're seeing right now is Charles Hoskinson came out and talked about some backlash he was getting on Twitter. There was a recent Twitter post that was said that this didn't age well, and they were talking about a post from Charles Hoskinson in July of 2020 where he says that there's going to be hundreds of assets running on Cardano, thousands of dApps, and tons of interesting projects over the coming year. He came out and responded to this by saying, yeah, right. Like, look, we already have over 4 million assets issued, and really you need to do your research before you're talking. And what this shows us is that many people have a misconception about Cardano right now. They've been blinded by the fact that Cardano's price has fallen, so they think everything is bad. But in reality, right now, Cardano has 937 dApps, 84 ongoing projects being built. They have over 4 million assets, really almost 5 million assets that have been launched on Cardano's blockchain. A lot of these are contributed to NFT ecosystem, which has been growing rapidly. So despite prices falling, you can't be blinded by the fact that the ecosystem is growing. Assets on the blockchain are growing growing. Number of DApps are growing. And ultimately, all of these things are positive news. So despite prices falling, that has a lot to do with the market coming down. Like, you can't get around that. If Bitcoin is falling, the market is falling. Doesn't matter what news is coming out with an altcoin, it is also going to fall. So just remember that when people are saying, oh, Cardano's bad or the project isn't going anywhere, remember the actual development taking place right now. And that is what Charles Hoskinson is saying here. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about what's happening with some major partnerships before we get into the important dates and important changes for all Cardano investors. First thing is going to be that Cardano accelerator program called Genius X. They had their ISPO, which netted $105 million in ADA. And this is a huge deal. This is something that is really unheard of and one of the largest ISPOs for on the Cardano ecosystem. The reason why this is so important is that the market has been falling. People have been leaving all their investments for Bitcoin. There's so much fear in the market. And despite all this, one of the projects on Cardano had the largest ISPO in Cardano's history. It's not the largest, but almost the largest in Cardano's history. There's 270 million Cardano staked by 14,500 delegators while the market was in complete turmoil. So if you're wondering, where's the money going? Where are people putting money from Luna and all these developers? It looks like there's a lot of confidence in Cardano. And according to one of the managing partners of Genius, they say that they believe the high interest in the ISPO is really giving the stamp of approval for the Cardano ecosystem from the community. It's showing us that even though fear in the market, even though massive sell-offs are taking place, even though there's mass liquidations, there's still a lot of confidence in Cardano. That's why it's maintained its top 10 position in the crypto market. That's why we're seeing all this money start to pour in. And I think a lot of Terra Luna developers are going to be looking for other layer 1 ecosystems to build on. Potentially could be Cardano, but let me know your thoughts on that. Now let's talk about what's been happening with one other partnership, which is pretty big deal, and that is that the Trezor hardware crypto wallet now supports Cardano smart contracts. And this is something that has been in the works for a while and could have big impacts on crypto long term. So Trezor announced that they are adding the capability to their Model T that will allow Cardano users to securely interact with and sign transactions to smart contracts using keys held on their Trezor. And this is important because a lot of people are always looking to take their crypto off of exchanges, move it off of exchanges in order to interact and keep it safer. So seeing that Trezor has added support for Cardano smart contracts is just another good thing happening with Cardano. Now let's talk about what's happened with Charles Hoskinson, a couple of big changes, and the big announcements that really anyone who's invested in Cardano needs to be aware of. So first thing is going to be that Cardano said that the Vasil hard fork is on track, scheduled, and to be implemented on June 29th, 2022. This is important because Solana and many other layer 1 cryptos have seen delays, have seen outages, and they have not been able to stick to the timelines that people have presented. So seeing that Cardano has confirmed that June 29th, everything's going to be implemented with Vasil hard fork, that is very important. And I think we could see a rally for Cardano's price leading up to this if market conditions are right. Remember, all about market conditions. In addition to this, they said that we're going to see a test net launched by the end of May. So really any day now. So all of this is good news. In addition to this, we've seen two other very important upgrades take place on Cardano's ecosystem. And one of these is called CIP 31 and CIP 33. These are Cardano improvement proposals. Essentially, they are going to reduce the transaction sizes and trim down the time needed by smart contracts to perform operations. Think of it like these are going to allow DApps and transactions to be more efficient, happen faster, and ultimately just make everything more user-friendly and secure on the Cardano blockchain. So if you want, I'll link down the proposals below, what exactly is going on with these upgrades. But just think about it this way. They're going to make things faster, more efficient, help with DApps, and really make it a better more user-friendly experience, and people are interacting on the Cardano blockchain. So all of these things are very, very important for Cardano because we're seeing upgrades taking place when they're supposed to take place on, which is a little unusual. We don't always see that in the crypto space. We see a lot of delays, and we're also seeing that new upgrades are implemented prior to this major Vassal hard fork. So really, that's what's been going on with Cardano as of recently. If we're looking at its price, it's currently sitting around 50 cents per coin, and it did bounce off of this 40 cents per coin support when we saw that massive liquidation in the market. So right now we could see it drop down again to 40 cents per coin, but considering what's going on with development and overall improvements, it looks like a very attractive investment long-term in my opinion. Still haven't sold any of it. I'm going to continue to dollar cost average, but remember, as always, it's going to depend on market conditions. If the market is falling, we're seeing Bitcoin continue to crash, there is nothing that is going to be able to rally Cardano or any altcoin's price for that matter. We need to see market conditions improve. We need to see Bitcoin's price stay above this $28,000 per coin support for the weekly close in order for us to see a bounce take place. If not, well, all altcoins are going to continue to be dragged down. So just remember that. But that's what's going on with the overall crypto market. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.